6. Oh, sorry, unit number 5. Okay, this is about a transmission line. Actually, I was thinking about to go for unit number 6 first, and then we will come back to transmission line. I thought this way, but later on I thought कि भाई यूनिट नंबर 6 रहे या फिर यूनिट नंबर 5 रहे, दोनों में definitely we do have a little bit connection, but we are not going to look into the derivations of the formula. We are not going to look at the relationship in a mathematical way, in a proof way. वो proof नहीं देखने वाले हैं. Okay, if you go to the syllabus you will have lots of points listed in unit number 5. Okay, अगर वो सिर्फ points अगर देख since the transmission lines are very long, hundreds of kilometers long, and we are passing a heavy voltage and low current through it, therefore our electromagnetics comes into picture. And do remember that the transmission lines are not only the transmission line which we look in the power grid, but transmission lines are also present in your integrated circuits on your PCB. To remember that transmission line is nothing but a metal which carries conductor. That's it. Depending upon voltages and currents and geometry of the line, we will have different observations. Okay, this is what our intention is, and throughout unit number 5 and unit number 6, you do have lots of formulae to mug up. And if at all you want to go through the derivations, which later on you will skip, but understanding the derivation will give you comfortness with the equations. You are not going at the end. I am talking about at the end. You will not remember the derivations, but you will put your efforts in memorizing the formula. So what I have decided for our curriculum, instead of putting our time in going through the derivations, which probably 99% students are not going to remember at the time of examination, and they will probably skip that one. So let us concentrate our time on understanding, on memorizing the formula, for preparing the list of the formulae, which will help us to solve the numerical. Okay, so uh, get your pen and paper ready, and we are going to write down a lot of things today. Okay, and sometimes you will feel कि भाई थोड़ा सा लिखना रह गया है. Please let me know. लिखना बहुत जरूरी है, especially unit number 5 and unit number 6 में. Okay, so transmission lines, we do have lots of parts or syllabus. Okay, ये theory है, ये theory है, ये general solution अगर आप देखोगे तो in electrical book we do have 3 or 4 pages का derivation, and probably your observation or your experience will says 4 pages का derivation, skip it, khalas. Okay, what we are going to concentrate on physical significance of the equation. Definition say wavelength, velocity of propagation, distortionless lines and lossless lines as well. I will write it down, lossless lines. Okay, distortionless line मतलब इसमें लॉस हो सकता है, डिस्टॉर्शन नहीं है. मतलब जब आप सीआरओ को एक हाथ प्रोब लगाते हो, यू गेट सम डिस्टॉर्शंस, फ्लिकरिंग दिखता है, नॉइज दिखता है. ओके, लॉसलेस लाइन में वैसे कुछ नहीं होता. Then reflection on a line not terminated in Z0. Z0, not it is not a ZO. Okay, it is Z0. It is a characteristic impedance of the line, any current carrying line, any transmission line, and it depends on the geometry as well as the material. So material property hai wo. Then what if your load is short circuited or open? That is, your load impedance is 0 and load impedance is infinity. Okay, open means infinity. Then what do you mean by reflection? What is the formula to calculate the reflection factors? Standing waves क्या है? ये nodes क्या होते हैं? Wave ratio क्या है? Open circuit line and short circuited line. Okay, and these 3 points. Okay, not these three, but 2 points. Okay, once again we will have set of formulae. और यहाँ पे concentrate करने वाले हैं solving the numerical using Smith chart, जहाँ पे we want to find how much is the load impedance of our transmission line, what is the resistance, what is the phase. Okay, do remember that if we have a transmission line, okay, and we are sending some sort of signal. This is T. Let us say this is T1. Let us say this is T2. Let us say this is T3. Due to material properties of this transmission line, we will get, okay, यहाँ पे है let us say Vm, यहाँ पे है minus Vm, maximum voltage ऐसे लिखा है. So we will have some kind of similar wave. Why I am saying that similar wave? Now this Vm is not equal to this Vm. This will be Vm dash, which is actually less than your actual voltage. यहाँ पे ये T1 नहीं होगा. This will be T1 dash and T1 dash will be more than T1. तो ये spreading हो रहा है यहाँ पे. Your signal is getting spread. तो उसकी वजह से क्या आएगा? फेज डिफरेंस आएगा. फेज डिफरेंस तो ये भी कैलकुलेट करते आता है. एंड दिस फेलो स्मिथ developed a very beautiful chart where by sitting in a room you can do the calculation on paper for a transmission line, let us say of 500 kilometers long, knowing that what is the source voltage and what is the source current and what is the characteristic impedance of that particular transmission line, material property. Okay, तो मैं यहाँ पे पेपर पे मतलब रूम में बैठे बैठे पेपर पे कैलकुलेशन करके डिसाइड कर सकता हूँ या फिर एनालिसिस कर सकता हूँ कि भाई एट 103 किलोमीटर पे कितना वोल्टेज होगा, कितना करंट होगा. एट 478 किलोमीटर पे कितना वोल्टेज एंड कितना करंट होगा. whether I will get some sort of standing wave ratio or we will get some sort of reflections. ये सारी कैलकुलेशन बैठे बैठे कर सकते हो. You need not to go into the fields and travel so much distance and take your galvanometer and current मतलब ammeters और measure करो. You need not to do that. You can do it on paper. So most of the time we will engage our lecture in solving the numerical. Okay, numerical using Smith chart. तो इक्का दुक्का मैं न्यूमेरिकल यहाँ पे समझाऊंगा एंड इक्का दुक्का न्यूमेरिकल वी विल गिव टू द होमवर्क. स्मिथ चार्ट का पीडीएफ में भी मैं सेंड कर दूंगा सो दैट यू कैन हैव द प्रिंट आउट्स. ओके, सो ये सारी चीजें यहाँ पे जितनी भी लिखी है दे डू हैव देयर ओन डेरिवेशंस. और सिर्फ डेरिवेशन के साथ अगर पूरा सिलेबस करते हो ना तो ये यूनिट नंबर 5 will consume at least 150 pages alone. So we don't want derivations to be part of our unit and we will go with only the formula. But before going to the formula, we will go with understanding, a little bit understanding. Okay, so we do have certain conductor, okay, certain transmission line. We do have the generator side and we do have the load side. Okay, जहाँ से आप voltage apply करते हो and at the end we do have load. In between, let us assume that we have the coaxial line. So always always we will be having certain resistance associated with it, some sort of conductance. We will feed some sort of current. Since this is a coaxial line, we will have certain field as well as some sort of this K. This K is actually standing wave ratio, or I will say that reflection coefficient. Okay, reflection coefficient. तो पढ़ने वाले कैसे हैं? अगर यहाँ पे looking at this end we will have Z in and if this Z in is equal to the load impedance, यहाँ पे सिर्फ resistance दिखा है, I will write down ZL, load impedance, मतलब आपके पास inductance भी है, capacitance भी है. So we will say that maximum power can be transferred through the coaxial line to the load, maximum power. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूं कि भाई यहाँ पे अगर मैंने 11 kV लगाया, so I will get 11 kV over here. But what I am saying that maximum possible power, 11 kV has been applied at the generator side. Probably we will get यहाँ पे 11.2 kV. Okay, sorry, 11.2 kV. We cannot get more power at the load side more than 10.2 kV due to the losses occurred into the transmission line. Okay, maximum power can be transferred. Then what kind of transmission lines we do have? Okay, so we do have coaxial line. Okay, coaxial cable. We do have two wire line जो आप हमेशा रोड पे देखते हो, हमेशा 2 या 3 लाइंस होती है. Okay, then parallel plate line just like your capacitors. Then strip line, मतलब एक कंडक्टिंग प्लेट, एक दूसरी कंडक्टिंग प्लेट, यहाँ पे डाइलेक्ट्रिक मीडियम इलेक्ट्रिक, अरे क्या स्पेलिंग, ओके, और यहाँ पे बीच में और एक कंडक्टिंग प्लेट रख दी, ये जो मेटल लिखा है देखो. ओके, then you do have microstrip line, coplanar waveguide. Okay, microstrip line and strip line, these are used in your integrated circuits as well as in your mobile handset. Okay, so these microstrip line are actually creating your antennas inside your mobile. Okay. Then coplanar waveguide, then rectangular waveguide. These are hollow metal cylinders. Okay, rectangular cylinders, hollow hai. You will have your probably copper or metal. Okay, you will have your metal in a rectangular shape and you will transmit your electromagnetic wave through these waveguides. Okay, these are guides for the wave and their geometry. We do have different geometries, as well as we do have optical fiber. And till date we never talked, we never said that light is an electromagnetic wave. The proof of this statement was light is an electromagnetic wave once again before 140 years, and later on Einstein confirmed this one. Okay, yes, and he used this concept for proving the theory of relativity. After Maxwell, Henry worked on this result given by the Maxwell mathematical result. Also after and Henry also worked on the work of Jagdish Chandra Bose, and one more fellow was there. So they do have lots of contribution in this statement. Okay, and they do have their own experimental findings. So since light is an electromagnetic wave, this optical fiber is going to act as as a waveguide for that light. So all these are transmission lines. Okay, so let us take an example of parallel line representation जहाँ पे दो parallel lines just like lines on your streets. Okay, transmission line on your streets looks like. Okay, so parallel line representation assume करते हैं and let us break this parallel line into small sections, differential sections of delta z, delta z, delta z, delta z, छोटे छोटे physically टुकड़े नहीं करेंगे लेकिन for a mathematical purpose. Okay, now since this is a wire, okay, this piece of wire will have certain characteristic associated with it. Resistance होगा, then inductance होगा, and since we do have two parallel wires and we will have some sort of medium in between it, usually air is an example of dielectric medium, so we will have a kind of capacitive structure. Also we will have some sort of resistance. Okay, क्योंकि conducting plate है in between dielectric material shorted है, sorry, sandwiched है, so this looks like a capacitive structure. So for each and every section we will have that kind of geometry. Okay, for every section we will have that kind of geometry, and our diagram can look like, okay, we
Devansh,
have resistance, we have inductance, we have conductance, and we have capacitance associated with each and every differential section of our transmission line. Okay, so what do we have? We do have four parameters over here. Resistance, the combined resistance of both conductors per unit length, ohm per meter. तो both conductors मतलब top conductor as well as bottom conductor. Then length, combined inductance Henry per meter. Conductance Siemens per meter or mho per meter. Capacitance Faraday per meter. You will have all the parameters distributed. Okay, distributed throughout your transmission line. आप 1 किलोमीटर की ट्रांसमिशन लाइन अज्यूम करो या फिर 500 किलोमीटर की लाइन अज्यूम करो, you will have these parameters associated with it. And do remember that whenever we talk about the transmission line, we always do have a pair. Okay, we do have a pair. So we will not say 100 500 किलोमीटर की ट्रांसमिशन लाइन है तो उसका रेजिस्टेंस तो कितना ज्यादा होगा. Am I right? You can think about the resistance of a transmission line of 500 kilometers, but do remember that that resistance will be compensated with the conductance as well. So equivalent, this word is very important. Equivalent resistance is always not so large. Yes, definitely it is a large resistance, but equivalent resistance is not so large for even if we consider a 500 kilometer line. Okay, so line parameters, we will go with RLGC. Those are called as primary constants. Okay, so resistance, it is defined as a loop resistance per unit length of a line. Its value depends on the cross sectional area of conductors. It is a sum of resistances of both wires. Okay, both wires for unit line length, and it is denoted by R. Its unit is ohm per kilometer. Inductance defined as the loop inductance per unit length of line. कोणाला खोकला येतोय इतका? गुणवंती, थोडंसं पाणी पिऊन घ्या.
सर पिलंय.
थोडीशी साखर खा मग. Usually it helps. Okay, fine. So of the both wires, and inductance is also distributed throughout the line. Okay, and it is created due to the current produces, since current produces magnetic flux around the conductor, and this magnetic flux opposes the rate of change of the flow of electrons. Flux linkage in between the two wires is an effect of inductance, and inductance is indicated as henries per kilometer. Then we have conductance associated with the two conductors, and since dielectric between two conductors is not perfect, therefore we have the conductance. Okay, and therefore we have some sort of leakage current passing through it. It is indicated as G, and its unit is mho per kilometer or Siemens per kilometer in transmission line. Okay, then capacitance. Capacitance is due to the shunt capacitance between two conductors. Okay, and since there is a dielectric medium between the two current carrying conductors, therefore it looks like a capacitance, and it is indicated by C, and its unit is farad per kilometer. Okay, for transmission line, these are primary constants. तो शायद आपने नोटबुक में इतना तो लिख लिया होगा. ओके, R is ohm per kilometer, inductance is henries per kilometer, then conductance is mho per kilometer or Siemens per kilometer, and we have capacitance farad per kilometer. Okay, these are called as primary constants. Okay, इतना तो लिख लिया होगा. Then we will go primary constant is slightly attentive. Okay, while writing down your formulae. यहाँ पे जो फॉर्मूले देखने वाले हैं, do remember that those are also will be utilized in यूनिट नंबर 6. सो यहाँ पे मैंने लिखे हैं फॉर्मूले फॉर जो कॉमन है यूनिट नंबर 5 एंड यूनिट नंबर 6. ओके, कॉमन फॉर्मूले. तो इट में हैपन की दैट कि भाई नोटेशंस थोड़े से ज्यादा रहेंगे यहाँ पे, जैसे मैं थोड़े बहुत बता देता हूँ. ओमेगा इज योर फ्रीक्वेंसी इन रेडियन. देन यू डू हैव mu, permeability, you do have permittivity, you have sigma, conductivity. Okay, we do have R, L, G, C. Okay, components. Then we will have Z0, characteristic impedance. We will have ZL, load impedance. We will have Zin, input impedance. Okay, we will have F, it is a simple frequency, normal frequency. Okay, and this is your angular frequency, omega. Okay, capital T represents the period of a signal, time period of a signal. And what else we do have? Probably yes, I have covered all the notations over here, and if we do have any different, I will tell you. Okay, so characteristic impedance Z0. The characteristic impedance is defined as the ratio of voltage to current at any point along the line. अभी इस स्लाइड में थोड़ा थोड़ा मैंने ब्लू कलर्स में भी इक्वेशन लिखे हैं. Those are most important equations. Okay. So Z0 is equal to, it is an impedance. So impedance is equal to R0 plus J0, sorry, J into X0. X0 is reactance. Reactance can be inductive or capacitive. We can indicate Z0 as root Z upon Y. Okay. जहाँ पे Z है impedance और Y है admittance. Okay. And Z is nothing but R plus J omega L and Y is nothing but G plus J omega C. If we say that we have very small value of omega, okay, so J omega L and J omega C, these terms will be negligible. Okay, so we will be left with R upon G, and for large values of omega, these two terms will be very, very large, and R and G will be comparatively small. So we can neglect R and G, and we will have only L upon C, because J omega and J omega will get cancel out. Okay, here Z is the series impedance. जैसे मैंने बोला Z is an impedance and Y is an admittance. Okay, given for the transmission line. Then propagation constant omega. ओमेगा रह गया था यहाँ पे. प्रोपोगेशन कांस्टेंट ओमेगा. और याद आ गए मुझे, अल्फा इज अटेन्यूएशन कांस्टेंट एंड बीटा इज योर फेज कांस्टेंट. ओके, अल्फा अटेन्यूएशन कांस्टेंट मतलब आपकी ट्रांसमिशन लाइन कितना रेजिस्टेंस प्रोवाइड कर रही है, कितना अटेन्यूएशन प्रोवाइड कर रही है फॉर ट्रांसमिटिंग द सिग्नल. एंड बीटा इज रिलेटेड टू द फेज, जो मैंने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले कहा था कि व्हेन वी ट्रांसमिट सर्टेन सिग्नल थ्रू द ट्रांसमिशन लाइन, its phase get distorted, its phase get changed. Okay, so propagation constant, it is also called as propagation coefficient. This parameter shows the nature in which the waves are propagated along the line. Okay, V and I, source end and receiving end, are more important for defining the propagation constant, voltage and current. Okay, V and I. So gamma is equal to log to the base E Vs upon Vr is equal to log to the base is Is upon Ir. Okay, this is source end quantity, this is receiving end quantity. Okay, so source upon receiving end मतलब source upon load, source upon load. In voltages का रेशियो ऑफ और फिर करंट का रेशियो, दिस हैज अंडर रूट इनटू y is this quantity, that is your admittance. Okay, so gamma is really indicated as under root z. Y is equal to under root r plus j omega l into g plus j omega c. Also we do have another representation for gamma as alpha plus j beta. Okay, इसको ही ध्यान में रखिए. Alpha is your attenuation constant, आगे आने ही वाला है वैसे भी. Okay, alpha is attenuation constant. So we will talk about alpha. It determines the reduction or attenuation in voltage or current along the line. It is expressed in Nipper per kilometer. Okay, Nipper per kilometer. So alpha is represented in this way. I know this formula looks weird, but its derivation looks more weird. Okay, if you go with the derivation in your textbook, probably it might have consumed around 3 pages derivation. So we don't want that derivation, but alpha is equal to omega under root mu epsilon upon 2 in bracket under root 1 plus sigma square upon omega epsilon bracket square minus 1. Okay, and similarly we will have phase constant beta, which determines the variation in the phase position. phase position of voltage and current along the line. And we do have similar formula for alpha and beta, only the change is over here in this sign. Okay, so you remember, if you remember one formula, another formula can be memorized very easily. Okay, then we have wavelength. Everyone knows the definition of the wavelength, the distance between two successive maxima or the two successive minima. मतलब ऐसे कहा मैंने, if this is a wave, so this becomes your wavelength. Okay, or this becomes your wavelength. This is a maximum value, this is a minimum value. In other terms, it is defined as the distance in which the wave traveling along the line causes a phase shift of 2 pi radians. ओके, मतलब यहां से लेके यहां तक कितना है आपका 2 pi. So I can say that when a wave travels certain amount of distance which gives us phase shift of 2 pi, this is called as wavelength. Fine. Okay, so lambda is equal to 2 pi upon beta. Okay, ये फॉर्मूला याद रखिएगा. Phase velocity or velocity of propagation, small vp. Okay, it is small v and suffix p. So vp, velocity, is nothing but distance upon time. It's normal formula. Distance, how much distance? Lambda upon time. So we can say that, okay, lambda is this much, 2 pi upon beta, and t is nothing but 1 upon t is nothing but f. So vp, phase velocity, becomes omega upon beta kilometer per second. Okay, phase velocity for transmission line. Then intrinsic impedance of medium, this is particularly will be used in unit number 6. Okay, we are not going to use this formula in unit number 5 for transmission line, but this will be useful for electromagnetic wave propagation through certain medium. Okay, but formula चल रहे थे तो मैंने यहाँ पे लिख दिया. So eta is equal to under root mu upon epsilon upon 1 plus sigma upon omega epsilon bracket square raised to 1/4. So actually this is under root mu upon epsilon fourth root of 1 plus sigma upon omega epsilon bracket square. Okay, intrinsic impedance. And then loss tangent, this will be once again part of unit number 6. Tan of theta is equal to sigma upon epsilon ओमेगा एप्सिलॉन. ओके, यहाँ पे तो मैं इस फॉर्मूला को थोड़ा इजीली लिख सकता हूँ, विच इज नॉट नेसेसरी एट ऑल, बट स्टिल फोर्थ स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 1 प्लस tan स्क्वायर थीटा. ओके, ये थीटा क्या है एग्जैक्टली, वी विल लुक इनटू unit number 6 where we do have certain boundary and our incoming wave incidents and it gets reflected as well as gets refracted. Okay, so we do have certain angles, we do have certain theta angle, theta reflected, यहाँ पे theta refracted. Okay, angle of refraction. You have studied this kind of geometry while studying the glass slab experiment in 7th 8th standard. कि यहाँ पे ग्लास स्लैब रखते हो, एक लाइट ट्रे आती है, वो रिफ्लेक्ट होती है एज वेल एज रिफ्रैक्ट भी होती है, एंड यू डू हैव सम सॉर्ट ऑफ नीडल एक्सपेरिमेंट. यहाँ पे नीडल लगाते हो तो यहाँ पे दिखती है, एंड यू हैव सम सर्टन लॉ एसोसिएटेड विथ इट. ओके, तो देखेंगे यूनिट नंबर 6 में विच this point and this point. Okay, so have you written these all formulae in your notebook? I will give you time if you want, but we have to write down this formulae. I will erase all notations over here so that slide will become more readable. Okay, I want feedback. Have you written all formulae?
8 minutes, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you. Everyone, please complete formulae, all formulae. Meanwhile, I will stop the recording.